Hey, how's it going guys? Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we have some really exciting information coming directly from Sony themselves about the DualShock 5 PlayStation 5 controller. Now, this isn't any unconfirmed leak or rumor, but it is indeed officially confirmed by the Sony PlayStation themselves. And that's not it, we also have more information about the new Microsoft's Xbox Scarlett, which is coming directly from Phil Spencer, who is the official CEO of Microsoft Xbox. And Phil Spencer said that he currently has the next generation Xbox Scarlett in his house, and he's now playing games on the next generation Xbox Scarlett. And he also shared some very small information about the console, which we will get to in this video. So make sure you guys watch the video till the end, because there are some really juicy information about the next generation consoles. Now first, let's start off with the PlayStation 5's information, because you all know me already. I am a huge fan of PlayStation and all the games that Sony has to offer, especially for the next generation PS5. Now we've got official word from Sony themselves. We already know this. For the couple of days, Sony has been celebrating its official 25th anniversary since the original PlayStation did come out. Now, according to Jim Ryan from Sony, he's been using the brand new PlayStation 5 with the new DualShock 5 controller, and thankfully Jim talked about the haptic feedback on the controller and also the graphics and performance of what the PlayStation 5 could deliver. Now, there was a new interview done with Jim Ryan, who is the CEO and president of Sony's PlayStation, and he briefly revealed a lot of information about the PlayStation 5's performance, graphics, and the DualShock 5 controller. He spoke about the new haptic feature they developed with the new DualShock 5 controllers, where he talked about the new rumble technology and how excited Sony really is to see how the developers are going to be taking advantage of this new feature they've introduced with the DualShock 5. So this is what he had to talk about with his personal experience with the controller. I actually tried it myself in a test version of Gran Turismo Sport. I was very surprised by the gameplay feel that was very different compared to the current DualShock 4. This is a very promising feature, of course, with the improvement of graphics over the PlayStation 4. I think you will feel a great evolution as a gaming experience. Now, this is not it. He went on and revealed more information about the PlayStation 5, but of course this is nothing really big yet because we already knew some of these informations were coming, so the speculations and the leaks were indeed true. But he did state that early next year we will be getting a reveal of the PlayStation 5, which will be most probably on February of 2020. Because looking back at Sony's history, they usually revealed the new consoles during the month of February. And since Jim said early next year, I think PS5 will be getting an official reveal on the same day as they did with the PS4. So yeah, he talked about the haptic feedback just with the technology in the controller itself, with how different DualShock 5 is compared to the DualShock 4, on how the controller could give you a big improvement, with the graphics and performance being one thing and the other being the haptic feedback of the new controllers. Now, throughout the interview, Jim seemed to have been praising more about the controllers than the actual PlayStation 5 console itself. Now, this is mainly because Sony has done something really innovative with their controllers that will be changing the way that you will be feeling your video game that you're playing by just holding a piece of hardware in your hands. The rumble technology in the DualShock 5 is set to kick in depending on the environment present in the game that you're playing. Now, for example, you're playing games like Red Dead Redemption and you're hunting some animals down and you're using a bow and arrow. Usually on the DualShock 4, you press the trigger buttons, and maybe some games will even give you vibration effect when you're pulling the arrow on the bow. But with the DualShock 5, you will actually have a new feature where the trigger buttons will start producing new tension. So the triggers will start getting tighter as hard as you pull your arrow on the bow, which I think would feel pretty similar to how you would feel when pulling a bow and arrow in real life. Now, of course, it wouldn't really feel exactly the same as you pulling an arrow in real life. If that is the kind of experience you're looking for, then you should probably pull an arrow in real life than spending your money on a PlayStation. I'm sure that will feel much realistic than real life. And also, let's say if you're walking on a wooden bridge in maybe Red Dead Redemption 2, you will now feel the controller sway up and down, making you actually feel like you're walking on a bridge that is currently shaking. Now, of course, if you want more realistic experience, then you can walk on a wooden bridge by yourself. And the fun fact is you don't even have to pay shit to Sony for doing it. And trust me, it feels more realistic than real life. But know this, that just because PlayStation 5 comes with all of these new really awesome features does not mean that every game that you play will be as exciting as what it really sounds like. All of these incredible features will be completely useless if the game developers fail to use it in developing the game that takes advantage of all these new features. Now, of course, like Jim said, he played Gran Turismo Sport on the PlayStation 5 and he really felt the new technology kicking in with the DualShock 5 and how different it was compared to playing on the PlayStation 4. Now, this is mainly because Gran Turismo is a PlayStation exclusive. The game is solely designed to be only played on the PlayStation consoles. So the developers sure will be more focused towards taking more advantage of the PlayStation 5 consoles and all of its features, but we can't really expect the same with all the third-party gaming titles to give us the exact same experience as to what PlayStation exclusive titles could provide. Now, this is because when it comes to third-party developers, they will not just have to focus on developing the game for PlayStation 5, but also for the Xbox console and for the PC. So at the end of the day, it sure would make a lot harder for the developers to solely focus more on taking advantage of what only Sony's consoles would offer when the other consoles doesn't really have those features that Sony is providing. Now, with all of these exciting new features being spoken of about the next generation consoles, we have some really bad news about the PlayStation Vita. Now, on the same interview, Jim Ryan did confirm that PlayStation no longer has plans to follow up with the PS Vita. The platform holder now retires, stating that it will no longer be in handheld business. This is most likely because they haven't really hit that success point with the PS Vita consoles like how Nintendo has been rocking it for all of these years. And this could also be because now that Sony is onto their next generation consoles, they might want to invest more time and money into PlayStation 5 rather than the PS Vita, because that isn't really making them enough profit as much as what they expected. So I'm really curious to know, is any one of you guys watching this video on a PlayStation Vita console? And if so, then do you guys still play games on it every single day or maybe even occasionally? And now that it is being gone forever, what are your thoughts on it? What are your feedbacks? Are you really sad that it's going away? Or do you guys think that whatever Sony is doing is for the welfare of the next generation consoles? Let me know in the comments down below. But now let's move on to Xbox Scarlett news, because Phil Spencer, the boss of Xbox, is already playing games from home on the Project Scarlett. Check out this tweet from Phil Spencer where he says, "And it started this week. I brought my Project Scarlett console home and it has become my primary console. I've been playing my games, connecting to the community, and yes, I am using Elite Series 2 control, having a blast. Great work by the team. 2020 is going to be an incredible year." To be honest, I cannot be more jealous. The fact that he tweeted this out makes me uncontrollably excited to see how good the next generation consoles are going to be. Like Phil said on the tweet, he has been playing games on the Xbox Scarlett, which I think he's referring to all the older games on the Xbox One, or who knows, he might even hold a copy of the next Halo game. Just imagine how lucky this man is. I, however, just cannot wait to see what both PlayStation 5 and Xbox Scarlett is going to be offering. I am, however, personally a PlayStation fan, because why not? Because Sony has proven that they are superior in having better games than what Xbox has to offer. But anyways, I will still be getting both the consoles, so it doesn't really matter which one is better than the other one when it comes to performance, because if Xbox turns out to be more powerful than the PlayStation 5, then I in fact will end up playing a few games on the Xbox. But however, I will mostly be gaming on the PlayStation 5 because PlayStation has better exclusives and all the games to offer compared to what Microsoft really does. Now, it is officially that time of the year when the console wars begin all over the internet. So I decided, why not start the war right away? So let me know in the comments down below if you guys are on the team blue or on the team green. So if you bleed blue, then you belong in the team PlayStation. If you bleed green, then you belong in the team Xbox. Let's see which console will have the most majority of supporters in the comments down below. With that being said, I make daily gaming related videos like this one, and I also cover every single information on the CD Projekt Red's upcoming title Cyberpunk 2077. So if that is a game that you're super excited about, then you should totally subscribe to my channel and turn the notifications on, because you are already missing out on so many videos I upload on Cyberpunk 2077 every single day. With that being said, I hope you guys have a blast of a day, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. Till then, take care fams, and goodbye.